Hi everyone, it is Tuesday, February 27th, and we are here today to, I'm going to lament the end of Sale A Bration. As you all know, Sale A Bration is my very favorite time of the year, and it is ending. February 29th is the very last day of Sale A Bration. So we're going to talk the last time about that today. This is Lunch with Lori, and this is Lori Bradley in St. Louis, Missouri, and we are going to make some cards using the delightfully eclectic designer series paper that is one of the Sale A Bration offerings. And I am here to tell you that it is definitely an eclectic blend of paper, thus the name, I guess. It's actually available in the annual catalog, and it is a $30 pack of paper. So the other free packs of paper that you would get are the normal 12 sheet paper. This pack of paper is 48 sheets. It is a huge pack of paper, and it has a little bit of everything. We're going to use this one today. It's pretty peacock with hearts. We're going to use this one. On the back, it has very fun letters that you can cut out, punch out, and make whatever words that you might want. And it has geometric shapes, and it has strawberries, and most of the backs and fronts coordinate for the most part. I think this is called cat eye. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is called cat. I think it's cat eye. And then a grid paper, and this reminds me of the grade report, the grade card. No. Grade book that my teachers had when I was in elementary school. A pretty fresh freesia and black floral pattern. I haven't figured these out. They look sort of like rainbows, but at the same time, I automatically think macaroni noodles. So if you have a guess on what these little humps might be, I'd greatly appreciate that. This is the only piece I have left of this. We're going to use this piece today, blue, misty moonlight, and navy with tulips, which are my favorites, with a polka dot on the back. Also this floral, I've used this for another class, so I don't have as much of these left that I did. Just a basic stripe, and it has multi-colors in the stripes. It's great for any occasion card. Pretzels. This matches the pretzel set that's in the annual catalog. Also, I can't think of the name of it right this minute, but it coordinates nicely with that. We're going to use this one today, and it coordinates with the inked and tiled bundle. And then again, sort of a notebook sort of look. I think that's more of a scrapbooking kind of thing, but I'm not sure. More X's that also coordinates with the inked and tiled. That's black and white with swans on the back. Kind of a fun pattern. And then floral, multicolored floral, with more of a navy background. It's a huge pack of paper, for real. For the $50 purchase, it is the best deal that you can get, because normally the bigger items are the $100 items, and this pack is a $50 item, and it coordinates with the daisy bundle. So many things, and also the lemon. We have a citrus bundle as well. So it coordinates with so many different things. I tried to choose easy to use bundles. The first card we're going to use the paper that coordinates with the inked and tiled, and I have a garden green card base, so I'm going to go ahead and fold that in half. I'm thinking spring today. It is supposed to be 80 plus degrees here in St. Louis in February, which is completely crazy. And then this piece I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put onto the back, or onto the green piece. And I just realized that I forgot one of my favorite tools, my Scotch tape. I may have to run and get that, because I am taping some things on the back of sentiment pieces today, because I am bound and determined not to have a bow debacle today. So that is my goal for today's class. I have already dropped my glasses today, and the lens fell out. So we're just going to see if I can make it through this particular class while keeping my bows in order. If you're watching today, let me know. Is it warm where you are? Is it springtime? Tomorrow it's going to be 50 again, so I can't say necessarily that it's ready for springtime here, but we're going to try. All right, so I have a garden green layer, and then I have put it on a fresh freesia layer, which matches our front. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my card front using dimensionals. It's a pretty simple card. Hey Kathy, thanks for joining me. I'm using the delightfully Eclectic DSP today, and it has multiple occasions that we can use that for. All right, so we have our front, and I just put that right on the card front with the dimensionals. I have that. Now I'm going to pull out my inked and tiled bundle, and the bundle is a stamp set. You'll see it says SK. It's not actually my friend Sarah's. We had a little mix up, and so she has mine that has LB on it. And it comes with, the bundle comes with 2 different punches. And as you can see, oh, maybe you can't see, they match the patterns on the DSP. So this one matches that one, and then the X's match that one. We're just going to use the star-shaped one today. And I'm going to use the Happy Birthday stamp. Use garden green ink, and actually I'm also going to use the garden green ribbon, which comes in a pack with the real red and garden green combo pack. And we're tying it on the back just as a loop because that's all the ribbon that I have left on the green roll. I had to throw the green roll away, and that's all I had on the red. So my quantity was perfect for my sample and for my card today. All right, so I'm going to stamp this in garden green. And I'm going to stamp it first. A lot of times I do the die cutting here for this beforehand, but since it's a punch, I'm going to go ahead and just punch it for you. Go ahead and punch that out. You can see when you turn your punch over where your words are, and that will pop right out. Close my ink pad. As my day is going, that's what would happen. I would get my fingers right into it. And then I'm going to just loop my ribbon around, and I'm going to tape it on the back. And if you can hold on for 1.6 seconds, I'm going to run and get my Scotch tape. Luckily my table is back in my front living room now, and so I didn't have to run all the way down the hallway. I apologize for that. And I chose the wrong kind of tape because I don't like this one, but it is what it is. All right, so we've got our happy birthday on there. We're going to go ahead and use dimensionals on the back of our star. I'm really sad about Sale Bration. I'm ready. I wish it would continue on for another month, but unfortunately it does not. I've gotten most everything that I want and have used, so I guess I'm good. I guess I'm good, and I'm just going to put this right on the front. All right, and let's trim the ribbon just a little bit so that the tails both go the same direction. I did not bring my good scissors over here. I need to get Miss Verna's scissors back here. And then, all 3 cards today I'm going to use the 3-gem Tinsel Gems 3 Pack. I'm going to use the fresh freesia, although on one of the cards I think the blue ones, the Misty Moonlight ones, would work. Last night I took my tools, grabbed my tools off the table. We now have, all 3 of our kids are now drivers, which is the craziest thing in the whole world for me right now. So Matt and I don't have to take our youngest to soccer practice anymore. He drove himself for the first time last night. And typically we go and we kill some time because his practice on in the evenings is at 8, and from 8 to 9:30. And so we'll go and we'll kill some time at Panera. And last night he had some stuff. He's teaching a class at church, and he said, well, we could just go and use our time instead of killing time. So I grabbed a couple of kits to do some kit boards, and grabbed my take your pick tool. So I don't have that here, so I'm gonna have to use the tip of my scissors because I'm not running away again. All right, so simple card, the Designer Series paper. I do want to show you, I can pull it out really quick, that Designer Series paper, I have a whole piece, I might not. Show you how the X's and the stamp works. With this, not on that one, I won't. I'll show you. If you wanted just some X's, you can, if you cut the paper properly, holy cow. It's not gonna be bows today, it's gonna be something else weird. Then you can just put line it up and punch out your X. You can also do this. I'm going to do it on this side, so I can show you the star. Oh my goodness, I'm throwing things on my table. It does the same thing. You can punch out your star from the other side. So then you can just, if you wanted to use your star with the floral pattern on the inside, you can just put that right on there, and that would work as well. I got it a little bit crooked, but you've got the idea. All right, I've got those. So you can stamp it on regular paper and punch it out, or you could pop one of these up. You could make it super fancy. All right, card number 1. Card number 2 is also a simple card because I wanted the Designer Series paper to be the star of the show. And so this time I chose a fresh freesia card base. So I already have that folded. I used the embossing folder from the Softly Sophisticated, which I wasn't so sure about. Let's see if we can show that. You can see that pattern. There we go. I have a glare on my computer off to the side. My light is shining on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. I'm going to put that one flat. Make sure you have plenty of adhesive. All right, and then I've cut out from the Scalloped Contours dies, I've cut out the background and also the sentiment saying. I'm going to use both of those for this card. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue my Designer Series paper onto the scallop. Just like that. I cut it just a little bit so that it was just, excuse me, inside the stitching. If you can see the stitching around the edges of that, you may be able to see it better on this side. There we go. So we're going to put that on the card front, but we're going to pop that piece up on dimensionals. So let's go ahead and do that. Used a lot of dimensionals today. Seems so weird that it's almost March. Next week we'll be back to reality and talking about regular old catalog things. Although next week I'm going to show you some of the online exclusives that are only available by looking online. You don't have to order online. You can still call me and tell me what you want, but they are only available online. I'm also using I used the embossing folder from the Softly Sophisticated but I'm also going to use the stamp that says hello there. Just a simple hello card. Looks like I need to, actually, I'm gonna go to the right. I'm not gonna center it this time, so I have plenty of space for my beads. We'll see, my baubles. Let's see if that works out for me. My other one was centered and I couldn't decide. I need to poke out. If I had my take your pick tool, it would just poke those little holes right out, but I'm gonna use the tip of my scissors. Okay, now I have a piece of white shimmer ribbon, and we could use it white. I think that'd be very pretty, but I'm going to color it. And if you haven't ever colored ribbon, I'm gonna put this on here because I don't want it all over my paper. You take your Stampin' Blend, and you could use markers, but they don't dry as quickly. If you have your Stampin' Blend, just kind of turn it on its side and color along your ribbon. And because it's alcohol based, it will dry quickly, so you don't have to worry about getting your hands all messy for the next 2 hours. Just color that. Doesn't have to be perfect, and you'll see it's going through my paper. So make sure that you have something underneath. Sometimes the blends, even on a solid piece, will go through. So just make sure your table is covered, especially if it's your grandma's antique table that you've been using for a while. All right, then we're going to just find the right piece, and I just tied a bow. I didn't necessarily tie it, but I looped it like a bow. So I didn't have to tie a bow, remember? Although, if you wanted to, you could. But let's not, just for the sake of not. And then same thing. We're gonna tie it on the back. And it's just, there's no rhyme or reason, just how you want it taped on the back there. Use my fancy tape again. I feel like I should be a partner with the Scotch brand so I could promote their tape for my craft purposes. All right, so it's just taped on the back. And then I'm gonna put some dimensionals back there as well. That's gonna go right on the front. I probably should have put that over my ribbon. I was thinking, oh, I need to put it on the paper. I'm gonna put that over the ribbon. And then just put it right in the middle. And because I scooted my words over, now I have a better place to put my gems that I just had in my hand. Okay, I'm gonna use the tip of my scissors again. For this one, I think that the Misty Moonlight would work as well, but since I have navy letters here, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Fresh Freesia Gems. And there you have it. We have 3 cute little gems on there. We have the scalloped contours with the Sale A Bration stamp set and embossing folder that matches our paper, or coordinates with it, doesn't match. And that is card number 2. All right, card number 3. I am actually going to tie a bow because, you know, why wouldn't I? And I'm going to show you a fun way to save paper when you do your die cutting. All right, so this one is a thick white card base. I have it scored. I'm gonna go ahead and fold it, set that aside. And then I've used the heart paper. The heart is pretty peacock with white hearts, and then it has a few, and I couldn't honestly decide if they were pretty peacock. They are not pretty peacock. Fresh Freesia or Bubble Bath, and I'm going to pretend that they are Fresh Freesia. I think they're close enough that it is totally fine. And I have used a deckled rectangle, and I cut a rectangle out of the center. So you don't have to use a separate piece of paper. Just take your deckled rectangle, and then I cut one that was slightly smaller or bigger out of white, and I'm gonna glue that right onto that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So we're gonna have a couple of different pieces. I don't want to put them all together yet because we've got to wrap some ribbon. All right, so I'm going to set that piece aside. That's the 2 deckled rectangles that I've cut. I'm going to go ahead and glue down this particular panel with the hole in the middle that no one will see. No one will know that you took that panel right out of the center. I'm going to glue that down on our white card base. Right on the front. Okay, so we have that. Now I am going to set this aside for, well, actually, let's go ahead. I'm going to be brave. We're going to tie our ribbon around this strip. What do you think? Should we make it fresh freesia or should we make it white? This is what the white looks like, just plain. I think maybe I'll color this one as well to give it a little bit of color and we can see what the difference looks like. Do the same thing. Actually, I'm going to see how long I need. I don't want to color too much if I don't need to. I'm gonna eyeball it. I'm not good at tying a bow with, well, ever, but especially when it's attached. So cut some off about here, and we will make our bow work with that. So we're just going to color this one like we did the other one. You can use any color blend that you want, whatever you have that matches your project. Sometimes you have to color it a little bit more just to get the extra color in it. So it's a little bit more saturated color, but don't color like this. Don't go straight up and down with your blend. Make sure you turn it kind of on its side so you're getting a little bit more coverage, and also it's not going to ruin the brush of your Stampin' Blend. So just go along. Kind of a fun noise. You can color any ribbon. You can color rhinestones, you can color pearls with the blends. A lot of times we don't have a ribbon that matches your project, and we don't have any fresh freesia ribbon right now, and so here I am using my blend on 2 cards. All right. If you are nervous about it drying, I don't think there's any on my hands. We'll wrap it around. You can always put it up near a light or let it sit for a minute or 2, but with the alcohol marker it should be fine. Here we go. Today is going to be my day, right? Ta-da! I did it on the first try. I feel like I need to give myself a standing ovation for that. And you can adjust it after you've got it on there. I need it to be, the bow to be on the side over there because we're going to put a sentiment piece. I'm going to cut the tail just a little bit. And the sentiment I'm going to use is from Heartfelt Hexagon, which is also in the mini catalog. And I'm going to say sending you lots of love and hugs, and I think that could be perfect for anybody who's having any issues, any family problems, any, just anything that might be going on in their lives. You just want them to know you're thinking about them. All right, so it has a piece that is a border, and I'm going to use the light color for the border. Use the fresh freesia. Trash man is coming, so I apologize for the trash truck sound if you can hear that. All right, so we have our border. I always do the border first just because it makes me nervous to try to stamp in the middle. And then we're going to use our words. And an ambulance. We're full of all kinds of service vehicles in the neighborhood today. So I did fresh freesia border and pretty peacock ink on the middle. Funny, last night when we were working at Panera, I had a whole stack of dimensionals and a whole stack of dimensional backs, and they had just swept the carpet because they were getting ready to close, and I gathered my pile as best I could to take to the trash, and I thought, I'd really like to go back today to see if there were any left that I dropped. I'm hoping I didn't, but you never know. You never know. Because dimensional backs follow you everywhere. All right, we'll put the dimensionals on here. Last night I did the Painted Wishes kit, which is one of the new kits that was just released in the last couple of months. And it is actually very pretty. It has 3 different sentiments for 3 different occasions. It does not require any stamping. Anyone can do it. And it has pretty peacock sequins and gold cording. All the words are stamped for you. If you speak French, it has French words. If you speak English, German, or what's the other one? Dutch maybe is the other language. But literally, in less than 45 minutes, I had 9 cards. And I probably would have had more, but Matt was talking to me, so I'm going to blame him for that. Then we're just going to put this piece on here, a little off center. I do like the pinkish purple ribbon, so that was a good choice. Put the dimensionals on there. I'm working on March Card Club as well, and also I'm debating that between 2 different online exclusives. Latte Love, which is a cute coffee set. I'm not a coffee drinker, but it's very cute. And also Flowering Zinnias, I believe is how you say zinnia. It's not zinnia, I believe it's zinnias. And so I'm going to choose one, I think, and I think the other one I will just do an extra class because they're both so cute. So look for those coming soon. Put some gems on here. Let's see. Let's go up here. That was exciting. Try not to poke my finger with my scissors. And there you have it. So we have the purple Fresh Freesia ribbon along with the white ribbon. I definitely think the Fresh Freesia ribbon. Thank you for the recommendation. So today's class was very simple cards, but again, I let the designer series paper do the work. When you have pretty paper, let it do its job. Let it be the star. You can mix and match. You can put any sentiment with it. Anything matches. If you'd like to get these card kits for free, you can place a $35 order in my online store, and I will post that link in just a little while. I have to go pick up my son. He has an early release, and we needed the car today. So I will post that in just a little bit. And if you spend $50, then you will get the card kits for free along with the package of the Tinsel Gems that I used today. And also you will pick a free Sale A Bration item, and if you pick the Eclectic paper, then you could make multiples of these cards at home. So thank you for joining me. If you have any questions about Sale A Bration, don't forget that it ends on Thursday. You have one extra day. It's February 29th. And I will see you back here next Tuesday at 11:30, and we'll look at the online exclusives. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the sunshine while it lasts.